Hi and welcome to the channel and our roleplay and storytelling let's play in the Kingdom of Sweden. This is King Frej, our main protagonist, the head of House Corp. So, in this episode we are going to try to help our wife, who is now Jarl of Gulapingslög here since her father died, to make sure that she's not losing the war against this peasant rebellion, because it's not going well for her, and I think the king thinks that his wife needs his help. So we are going to do that by asking her to offer to join the war, peasant uprising. Yes, we are now at war with the peasants here, and we shall raise armies, march there and hopefully defeat them before they can cause any harm to our wife and soulmate. But let's also take a look at court positions. I wanted to do that in the last episode, but I kind of forgot. Because in the last episode we lost our personal champion Akja Bebenberg. He left court after we refused him his own county as a reward for his services. But while we're at it, let's take a look and see if there are some other ones that we can employ. I would prefer, if I'd employed someone, that it's a position that I want to fill, and also that they will be good at their job. So here, for example, we have a Jarl who would be excellent as the master of horse. And it gives us good bonuses, but it's really expensive. But the king is a generous man and hasn't really been known for holding on to his coins. So we shall consider appointing him master of the horse. But let's look around and see what else we can do. Let's make Jarl Rikulfur Hildursson of Östergötland master of the horse. And I also wanted to see if there are any more languages our kids could learn. Yes, they can learn. They can learn Brytonic from our concubine here. She is like Giselle here, the former wife of the King of Brittany, who is too greedy to pay ransom for his wife. So when we go down there raiding, we liberate his wives and take them as concubine. Let's call it that. Let's have our children learn language from her. We want our children to be educated enough that when we raid and conquer down here, they can make themselves understood by peasant and nobleman alike. I also increased the size of my Huskarl men-at-arms regiment to size 2. Now let's raise our armies here and have them gather. The prisoners I spoke of, who I ransomed some and others I released in exchange for their services. This one was really good, had a really good prowess, and he was the one I was thinking about making personal champions. Let's take a look at that again and see if he is any good at the job. Here we are. Still on the average. Let's make Niale here our personal champion then. But I thought there was someone amongst my champions who wasn't married that I wanted to find a wife for. Yeah, that's why I released Audor Einarsdottir of Mordal here, so that I could marry her to Hugni, because I like to marry off the people in my court. It makes for interesting storytelling and role-playing opportunities if their lines and families continue through the generations, so that when something happens to our sons and grandsons, we can, if it's interesting, go back in time and track the lineage and the history that was before for the people who are involved in these events. And now our army here is gathered, and it is led by Chieftain Ragnar of Medelpad. Let's see if there's someone better. He's an unyielding defender. Oh, let's make this Ragnar of Forbasse, our commander for this army. And let's go and help our wife win the war. This map event I've had several times before. It's a wanderer who comes to me with some rumors that someone is mapping out our castle and environment. There is a court event at our court. Let's see what that is. Courtier Scorn. Oh, it's someone who is angry that I made Njal my personal champion. And it's Hjalmar who is disappointed because he wanted to be my personal champion. So I could make him a bodyguard or a court jester, or I can just tell him to come off it. Well, he has some decent prowess, but I don't think that this king, as I have molded him as a person, would give him, because if he wanted the bodyguard, he would have done so when he recently looked through the court positions. And just because someone here comes to him and is angry and disappointed and saying, "Oh, you should have given it to me," he's not gonna do that. Oh, come off it. Maybe he will dislike us for it, but that is his problem. Might be our problem, but that's for the future to tell. We really don't want our wife to be captured by some lowly peasant. Oh, I have succeeded in my scheme to learn the language of Oregon Velch Alfrond de Cornay. So I now speak Brittonic, which will definitely come in handy the next time we go to liberate a wife from the King of Britain here. So I could feel accomplished, or I should send a letter in Brittonic to Oregon, and let's do that. She lost opinion of me because of this. It came across as dishonest mockery. That's not good, but I still learned the language. Maybe she will try to murder me, this woman. I managed to make Giselle here like me and appreciate her position, but it doesn't look like this is going to happen with Oregon, but that is for the future to tell. Here's an event, Stone of Glass. As I struggle to make out the tiny letters on the scroll before me, I feel a headache building once again. Why do scribes insist on writing such small symbols? I squint and try again. Nothing short of a miracle. With the aid of Stone of Glass, even old men struggling with bad eyesight could read with ease. So it's some kind of glasses, I suppose. That my ex-code here is coming to me with. Let's take a look at our options. I can gain lifestyle experience for giving her a hook on me, or I can pay her 50, or I can lose stress and gain 50. No, I will pay 50 for getting those glasses. And here is our army. Let's go defeat those peasants, shall we? A bastard is born. There is no longer the slightest doubt in my mind. My lover Unur has given birth to a son. We both know that I am his father. Thankfully, Unur has kept quiet about me, and no one else knows the truth, at least for now. So Unur is the wife of Aki, my former personal champion. So we're still that what was once a friendship is more and more starting to look like a rivalry between the king and Aki here. Not only is has he refused to give him his own lands, he is also sleeping with his wife, and now they have a child. So, will the claim proclaim this out loud, or will he be careful about this and keep it a secret? He is cynical, patient, generous, and lustful, so there's really nothing in his traits to guide me as to in which direction he would lean in this case. So I think for now we will keep this secret for ourselves. So maybe Aki here will raise our son as Skuli of Bebenberg, his own child. We shall see what happens, but let's make a note here that we shall follow this comely little boy and see what his future brings. Here is already an army going to another event. Compassionate Discord. Moved by my tribulations, Chieftain Ragnar has offered me his counsel and aid on many occasions, hoping to alleviate the burden of my duties. However, Ragnar's attention have incurred the ire of Chieftain Vagn. Ragnar cannot be trusted. This is merely a ploy to exploit you, my liege. So Chieftain Vagn here, he is a person that has a high opinion of us, but that we have had some. We have been to war, and we have had some semi-hostile interactions at the feast, and we are not really sure about what to make of Ragnar here. Whereas Ragnar Olafursson of Medelpad is someone that we really haven't dealt too much with at all. Well, I think that the king, as a first option, would try to reconciliate his two vassals. It is not good for the realm if they are at each other's throat, and since we really don't on a personal level care about any of them, I think that we will try to see if the three of us can find common ground. And I managed to do that. That is great. And it looks like, yeah, our wife, with our help, won the war against the peasants. Let's see if... Oh, here it is, the victory, and I saw there that I had a court poet who gained an inspiration. This is interesting for sure, because I haven't, before this playthrough. I haven't played this game since release, and those inspirations are a new addition to the game since last I played. So let's take a look at that. Inspirations. Oh, it will cost us money, and we can get an artifact from it, it seems. And here we are. We have Pyri, my concubine, and court poet has had an inspiration, and I can sponsor her. She's very competent at her craft, and she wants to make a shield. Yes, why not? I will pay her 50 for making a shield. It will be our first piece of... It will take 14 months, and if she succeeds, it will be our first piece of armor as an artifact. That should be interesting. Right, let's stand down our forces. And now I think we will make this a shorter episode, because in the next one I am thinking about settling some old scores. In, I think it was the second or third episode maybe, when we were only a Jarl here, we were away raiding the Christians here, and then this, our neighbor here, Jarldom Tangla här of Viken, sent a raiding party down to our lands, burning and pillaging. Since then we have had a horn in the side towards him, but we haven't really had the time to do something about it. So now the king is thinking about teaching him a lesson and getting a revenge for when he raided our lands. He is of a similar strength to ours, with a strong ally in the Jarldom of Mercia here, but we also have strong alliances, and I think that we can win this. But I will take a closer look at the circumstances and make a decision for the start of the next episode. So for now, thank you for watching this one, and I hope to see you next time, when we might try to conquer some new lands for ourselves. Goodbye.